Good afternoon at almost 1400 on Saturday, March 14th, I think. Pi Day 3.14. Fun fact, in 7th grade study hall, the teacher that was in charge of my study hall was a geometry teacher, and she had pi written on one of those little border things all around the top of her classroom. And when I was a not so rebellious but didn't want to do schoolwork young lad, I memorized 3.141592653589793238462643383279502888. There's obviously more to it than that, but that's all that's in my head right now. Good times. So I'm on Highway 77 in Perry, Oklahoma, on my way to Kumback Cafe. We should almost be there. There it is, right down there. Looks like maybe it's in an old theater or something. Kumback lunch. My bad. Serving nostalgia on a plate. I'm gonna back into this one so I can get out later. Well, Kumback lunch. I would come back. D&H Trading Post. That's another cool little place. I just swung in there and talked to the folks that live or that own that place. And coincidentally, they live there too. So I went in to Kumback lunch and I had the Kumback burger. 2 patties that were indeed not frozen, some caramelized onions, some pepper jack cheese, grilled jalapenos, and it was cut in half and set on a little cast iron skillet looking thing, floating in some queso. Huh? When I rolled up on it, I said I thought it looked like it was an old theater. It was definitely not an old theater. That place has been there since 1926. It's the oldest cafe in Oklahoma that is still open with the same name it started with. The current owners bought it in 2025, and they are the 3rd owners. The first owner, or the first guy, opened it in 1926, sold it in 1950. The second owner had it from 1950 all the way to last freaking year. Eddie Parker was the guy, the name of the guy that opened the place. He was known for being a big veteran supporter. After World War II, he served a free steak to at least 200 World War II veterans. And I guess he was known for giving a free meal to families in need around town too. There's some word of mouth stories that Pretty Boy Floyd, a famous outlaw from back in that time, came through there one time and ran the entire restaurant off with a gun. Didn't shoot anybody, just waving it around, just so he could sit and eat the biggest steak in the place in peace. And it sits right across from the Noble County Detention Center, where Timothy McVeigh was held after being pulled over by Oklahoma Highway Patrol. Shortly before they figured out he was the sorry sack of shit that bombed the Oklahoma City Mirror building. So, pretty freaking cool history. Holy crap, what a freaking wind gust. So now it's coming on 3 o'clock, and I am just gonna ride right back on home because it's that time of year already. I need to mow my freaking lawn, and tomorrow's going to be another nice day, and I'm going to want to ride again, so I better do it today. That D&H place was a like a secondhand store. They had some kind of old glassware in there, a few old tools. Saw a really cool old wrench. I'd never kind of seen one before. Adjustable wrench, had kind of a hawk's beak on it, and they had some gun holsters and some knives, not old. Rack of old clothes. It's just a little bit of everything. I think they're just kind of going to estate sales maybe and selling what they find that they think might be worth a little bit. Said they built an apartment up in the top of it. The husband, I guess, retired a few years ago, and they moved out to Perry from Midwest City. The wife still works for Ditch Witch and intends to retire in a few more years. They're going to do a little traveling and sell their stuff out of their little shop. And the husband was wearing a Vice Grip Garage t-shirt, so that of course struck up some conversations. I was wearing a Puddin's Fab Shop hat, ball cap. He said he had just bought a bunch of t-shirts for the current giveaway of the brown crew cab, the trailer, and the 66 Corvette, or 67 Corvette, whatever year it was, I can't remember. We're coming into Guthrie. Ooh. Been there a million times on the bike, so I'm just going to shut her down here. I think I've had plenty of good video for a 10-minute video or so. So I appreciate you riding along. May go back to Perry at the end of April for what they call spring days. And if so, I'll bring you back for that. Until then, I'll see you next time. Well, I lied to you. Wasn't going straight home. Again, I stopped at Hoboken Coffee Roasters. Hoboken! I'm dying! Bonus points if you get that reference. We're not keeping score though. I did not get any coffee. I just got a bag of coffee. I didn't get any coffee to drink. I got a bag of coffee to take home. Hopefully it's better than that Starbucks shit my wife brought home last week. There's another coffee company. I think I've seen that before. I think I've seen there's two coffee companies within a mile of each other, and I've mentioned it on camera. But I'm old, so I'm forgetting. So anyway, now we're done. Now, thank you for riding along, and now I'll see you next time.